With the fetch data from this JSON, we can add the resulting artist to our state for the application. Because we limited our request to always one artist, the artist object within the JSON will always just have one item in its items key of the artist's object. So let's change these to curly braces so we can start manipulating the JSON in more than one line. And then we'll declare the artist as the JSON.artists.items 0th component in that items array. We'll console.log that artist for now to see what it looks like. As I save, the application will reload. And let's look up Bruno Mars. And here we have our artist. So now we can simply set the state of our artist to artist, or use some ES6 shorthand when the key and the value are the same. And then of course we'll need to initialize the artist to null. Very important that you have it as null in the initial state. So let's save. And the artist should update. Now we want to build a profile for this artist. Let's go ahead and add a profile component to the source folder. New file, profile.jsx. We'll go ahead and add the default React code. So let's import React and the component from React. To prepare ourselves ahead of time, let's import app.css. Let's extend our component on the profile class. Extends component. And then before we do anything else, let's export this profile as default. Now let's go ahead and render. Return some JSX for now with a div that just says profile name, and another one that says profile followers. The next thing we need to do is replace the default JSX that we had previously for the profile with the actual profile component that we just created. So let's import the profile from profile. And it seems like mine worked right away. Now some of you might get a missing module error, so if that happens to you, go ahead and go back to your terminal and reload the server. Now I'm not getting that error, but I am getting a warning that I'm not using the profile. So let's go ahead and use it now. And the next thing I'm going to do is just argue so the profile has some props, an artist props of the state of the artist. Cool. So as that saves, the warning goes away. And we have profile name, profile followers, which is what we specified here. And in our render method, let's go ahead and render this.props so we can see if the actual artist is there when we submit the form. All right, so here we have in our props, our artist is null. But as soon as I look up Bruno Mars completely, we see that the artist is not null. We have a complete object with our artist information. Great. So for now, I'm going to declare an artist object. I'm going to say its name is blank, and it has a followers count of a total that is blank. And then if this.props.artist is ever not null, we're going to go ahead and change up the artist to this.props.artist. So essentially what's happening here, artist is usually null in props. But as soon as render sees that artist is not null, in other words, that it has data in props, we're going to change this initial artist to that props artist. And now we can change this to that default artist.name, and this one to the default artist.followers total. Let's save. Let's take out this props right here. And then we'll search Bruno Mars. And then as soon as it's not null, we see Bruno Mars show up as a name. And then his number of followers. Seems like it's around 5,300,000. So no big deal. I probably have 2, but give me a couple months and I'll reach the same number. So great. We have some basic info down, so let's continue expanding upon this profile in the next portion and make it look good.